What's up everyone and welcome to the live stream. It is the final of the European League tonight. Tottenham versus Manchester United, and there is a lot at stake here because of the positions of both of these clubs in the Premier League. The winner of this final will get a spot in the Champions League, and both of these clubs are now at the bottom of the Premier League table, and so whoever loses is going to not play any European competition next year, and we know the implications of that financially and also in terms of will they be able to retain players if they lose this game? Whoever loses the game, essentially, a lot of players want to play these European competitions, and they probably will have to leave the club. And of course, you have to be able to pay these players, and the Champions League is a major way for these clubs to make money. And of course, there is a trophy here to win, but it's not, of course, the highest trophy of European football. We'll be waiting, of course, for the final of the Champions League in a few days, about 10 days now, between Inter Milan and Paris Saint-Germain. But tonight it is Tottenham and Manchester United, and the trophy, the European League, the second tier of European football here. But as we said, a lot at stake here. What's up, Yiga? How are you doing? Let's go. We are about to kick off here. And a quick look here at the composition, the lineup of the team. It is pretty usual here for both of these teams. They are playing all their players. As we've said, there is a lot at stake here. And we are about to kick off here in just a few seconds now. It's going to be Tottenham here that will kick things off. And here we go. The Europa League final is on. And we're going to see what happens early in this game. Of course, both teams will want to take the advantage very early on. No one wants to be trailing here, but perhaps, as it will be the case in a few days now, in the final of the Champions League, will we see, the teams sort of paralyzed by the stakes, nobody wanting to lose the game because there is so much at stake here. We've seen Watchalong here. Offside already right off the bat, right about the half pitch line. It's going to be a free kick here for Tottenham. And they're playing it backwards. They're going to keep the possession here. They're going to perhaps want to gain a little bit of confidence in this game. Manchester putting the pressure early on here. High press from Manchester United here. It's going to be a throw-in here for Pedro Porro. And Tottenham has been struggling ever since Harry Kane left the team. Of course, the British striker leaving for Bayern Munich, winning his first title this season. And it has been a major blow for Tottenham, losing their main man. And they've been struggling very much in the Premier League, as it is the case with Manchester United. And the arrival of Amorim as a new coach hasn't changed that much. They weren't really able to turn things around. But you have to say, for a Manchester United team, the kind of players that they have here, they cannot really expect much better when you see the level of the Premier League and the caliber of players that you have in the teams that are at the top of the table. Well, perhaps Manchester United finds themselves at the right position when you take into account the players that they have. It's going to be a corner kick here. It's going to be a foul on Maguire. Maguire playing at the center of the defense here for Manchester. Don't laugh about it. Maguire still playing for Manchester despite everything that's happened over the last few years. And of course, their captain, Bruno Fernandes, he's supposed to stay during the summer break, but there's a lot of clubs that would like to attract him, especially in Saudi Arabia, where apparently they are wanting to pay a lot of money to try to bring him in, but it's very unlikely that Bruno Fernandes would leave, of course, being the captain of this Manchester team. It is sort of his home. He has managed to find his spot here. A big foul here on Watchalong from Romero. We're going to see a free kick here for Manchester United in a dangerous position here. It's going to be Luke Shaw, I think, that's going to take this with his left foot. It's played in the box. Second post. A little miss here for Tottenham. It's going to be a corner kick. Lenny Yoro couldn't get a hold of this ball here. Let's see that again. Bit of a miss here. All right, it's going to be a corner kick. Bruno Fernandes behind the ball here, the captain of Manchester. It's going to want to try to play that in the box. A good opportunity here early in this game for Manchester. It's cleared by the defense. It's going to be played back here. And it is going to be... Oh, the keeper misses it. Bruno Fernandes in the area with the ball. He tries to get a shot. It's blocked by the defense. It's going to be cleared here by Tottenham. Got straight back to Luke Shaw. Manchester with the possession now. Lenny Yoro here, the youngster. A team of Manchester that, they have some players with experience, but they're a little bit too old. You know, you're talking about Luke Shaw, Maguire, some people who've been at the club for a very long time, but their best days are behind them. And then you have very young players like Lenny Yoro. And, I think you have to question really the transfers that Manchester have done. We see here the replay. Bruno Fernandes unable to really get the type of shot that he wanted here. But you have to question really the transfers that have been done, over the last couple of years by Manchester United. This is not the place that Manchester United should be at, considering the amount of money that they have and the history of the club. Of course, the club should be much, much higher, both in the Premier League and European football. And, bringing Onana for a very expensive sum, almost 50 million euros, getting rid of De Gea, who's now playing very well for Fiorentina. And, they brought in Mazraoui, also Özlund. A lot of players that perhaps simply are not good enough to compete in the Premier League when you see the type of players that the other teams have. And now Manchester is struggling, and they're going to have to bring some new players in during this summer transfer window if they want to be able to go back at the top of the table and perhaps have a chance of winning a league title. But for now, they are on the attack here with Özlund going down the left flank. And this ball is cleared here. It's going to be a throw in here for Manchester. And to go back, to Manchester, Amorim getting in to replace what's the name of the other coach? I can't remember. The bald guy. He wasn't there for very long, but he didn't really bring the type of football that they expected from him. And to be honest, I think it is a problem with the management of the team, the higher ups, the executives. They're not bringing the type of talent, neither on the pitch nor in the changing room, to really be able to compete. You wouldn't think that Amorim is someone who would have gotten the spot at Manchester United, especially when you consider right now they are a lot of very, very, very high rated coaches that do not have positions. You could probably get someone better, but choices have been questionable, to say the least, here from Manchester. Onana in the goal, and we know how a string of bad performances Onana has been putting this year, and they're talking about getting rid of him already. And so, when a club gets in this type of position where they bring in players for a lot of money and then they fail and then they sell them for almost nothing after a year, it is, the symptom of something that is not working in the management. It's going to be a corner kick here for Tottenham. Danger for Manchester. Onana in the goal here. He is crowded by a lot of players. It's well shot. Onana tries to push it. He clears it. It's going to come back here for Tottenham. Another cross. It's cleared by the first line of defense. Tottenham still with the ball here. And Manchester putting the pressure on them. It's going to be a foul here for Amad Diallo. Shoulder charge here. We see here Onana trying to clear this ball with a lot of difficulty with players in front of him. And in this type of situations, you would assume the goalkeeper would be able to get command in the air and clear this ball quite easily. But here they know that Onana is not in his best days, and perhaps a little bit of doubt here. Onana with a save is going to come back here, cleared by the defense. A lot of danger here in front of the Manchester United goal. There's going to be a foul here on Richarlison. It's going to be a dangerous free kick here for Tottenham. And let's see that again. Nasraoui just coming and charging Richarlison here. A foul that was completely unnecessary. And we see here once again Onana with a deflection straight in the middle of the pitch. Not the right move here by the keeper. But you can sense a little bit of panic here for Manchester United early in this game. It's going to be a dangerous free kick here. Here is played in the box. Manchester tried to clear it. It's a lot of confusion here. Richarlison trying to get a shot, but it's blocked by a defender. It's going to be a corner kick here. Onana is furious at his defense. Let's see that. Casemiro trying to clear this ball. He just hits Mason Mount. It's going to be a corner kick. The referee here giving a lecture to the Tottenham defender. You can't push the goalkeeper like that. You can't block him like that. A lot of people around Onana once again. And here it's cleared by the defense. It's going to be a foul here on Lenny Yoro. And free kick to come here for Onana. And we're not seeing a very confident Manchester United early in this game. Tottenham seeming to have a little bit of an advantage here in the first 15 minutes. But no major chances have been taken on either side here. And we're not seeing two teams that really have the type of technical mastery that we've been used to in the Champions League when we've seen games like Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, or Inter Milan, and Barcelona, games that we've streamed on this channel. It was, you could say, another level of football here. A little bit of confusion, you know, a lot of interception, a lot of passes that are missed. It's played here on the left flank for Manchester United. And the cross will not make it past the first defender here for Dorgu. Long ball here for Dorgu. He plays it in the box. It's clear by the defense, Romero here. But yes, we're not seeing the type of technical mastery that that would you know, make these Champions League team. And of course, it is the Europa League, so you know that it's a tier under the Champions League, but there is still a spot for this team to qualify for the Champions League next year. But if they want to compete in that competition, they will have to make some changes. Bruno Fernandes here, going to take this corner kick. It's well shot. The keeper couldn't get it. It's going to be another chance. Ooh, very, very good opportunity here for Amad Diallo. Let's see that. It went wide off the post, but it was a very, very dangerous opportunity. A very good corner kick here for Bruno Fernandes, forcing the keeper off his line. And then Diallo taking it with his right foot, but it goes wide off the post. First warning here for Tottenham on one of the first opportunities for Manchester United in this first 15 minutes. It's going to be a goal kick here for Vicario. Diallo here on the wing. He gets pushed off the ball. It's going to be a throw-in for Tottenham here.
Hello everybody and welcome to today's match.
And Tottenham playing with Dominic Solanke at the top here. Here he is. Plays with Richarlison. Tries to cross that ball in the box. It's cleared by Maguire. But it is a little bit of a different caliber than Harry Kane. Harry Kane still scoring like in his Tottenham days with Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich winning the German league title last week. It's going to be a throw in here for Manchester. And we see the defense just kicking the ball straight out of bounds. Lenny Yoro here. Not a lot of confidence from this Manchester United defense to try to build up the play from the back here. They just rather kick it up the field, give the possession to Tottenham, turn the ball over, rather than take any chance at making a mistake at the back. And this ball is going to go to Onana. And Manchester now is going to have a chance to build up an attack. Amad Diallo here on the wing. He has some space, but he plays it back. Tottenham is pressing in their own half. We're seeing teams that are a very, very defensive mindset here. I'm sure they've been told by their respective coaches that they have to win this game, whatever the cost. It is very, very important for both teams to be able to lift this trophy, because this trophy means a lot for next year. It means that you play the Champions League. It means that the club is going to get a lot of revenue from playing the Champions League, and it means that you can attract new players, and also that you won't be losing any major players who wants to play European football next year, because if you lose and if you are out of European competitions, then most likely a lot of top players will not want to stay at the club. They will want to play at the highest level, especially when you consider that next year is a World Cup year, and these players, they have to show themselves to their national team managers in order to get selection in the World Cup. Dorgu here with a cross. Nazrai trying to get the header. He misses it. Amad Diallo here with the ball to Bruno Fernandes. Tries to cross the ball in, but Vicario is there. Watchalong nowhere near the ball. Good defense here by Romero on Watchalong. And Tottenham with the ball here. They're going to build from the back with Vicario playing with his defense. High press from Manchester United. Vicario is going to kick this ball up the field, and they turn it over. Manchester here with Mason Mount. Under pressure. Going to be a foul here. You're seeing big pressure here on Mason Mount from Betancourt. Now it's going to be a free kick here for Manchester United, sort of like the first free kick that we saw in this game. Luke Shaw behind the ball. It's a good opportunity here. Finds the second post, but there is no one there. And Romero clears the ball off. It's going to be a throw in here. Amad Diallo now tries to cut back in. He is stopped. Richarlison with the ball. He has some space to run down the flank. He loses the possession here. Manchester United is back with the ball.
The goal scorer after 26 minutes is number 10, Kylian Mbappe.
And you would probably assume that in this game, Manchester United ought to be the favorite because they have players with more experience, because they have more history, and overall they have a little bit more talent on the pitch than Tottenham. But both of these teams find themselves pretty much in the same position in the Premier League after a whole year of football. I'm seeing Casemiro here with a foul on Solanke. And perhaps it is the experience of players like Casemiro, of Bruno Fernandes, that is going to make the difference in this game. Tottenham now with the ball.
30 minutes is number 30, Lionel Messi.
Onana kicks it up the field here. Bissouma here, going far with the ball. He loses it, and it's going to be cleared by Manchester. Pedro Porro is going to take this throw in here. He's going to try to find someone in the box here. Or is he going to play it short? He plays it short. It's going to be a handball here. From Johnson. And so far, a little more, advantage, I guess you could say, to Manchester United. Not that many clear opportunities for either team, but Amad Diallo here was pretty close to be able to trouble Vicario. Not a bad start of the game here for the Red Devils. And Tottenham with the ball here. They're going to kick it up the field here. It's going to be some trouble for Maguire. He does good intervention by the defender here. But the possession is still with Tottenham here. Richarlison here on the wing. His pass is blocked. It's going to be a throw-in on the left side of the pitch here. Good cross here. But it finds no one. Dorgu concedes the corner. And you're seeing a lot of turnovers, a lot of passes that just go straight to the opposite team. And here, Dorgu just concedes a corner, but there was no one behind him. There was time. It's going to be a corner kick here for Tottenham. Pedro Porro here. A bit of a fumble in the box here. But eventually Manchester United manages to clear this ball here. They're moving their defensive line up. They're not going to have any chance here at the counter. Still Manchester United ball here. Foul on Amad Diallo. Bruno Fernandes here. Plays down the line here for Diallo. He's going to have a chance to cut inside. Tries to cross the ball. It's cleared by the defense here. It's going to be a throw-in now for Manchester United. A good opportunity here with Bruno Fernandes taking everybody by surprise, playing this ball down the line for Diallo when everybody thought that he was going to try to kick that ball in the area. Diallo couldn't make the difference though. And there's a Tottenham player here, stays on the ground. It's Romero. Let's see that. What happened? An elbow in the face from Oslund for Romero here. He's back on his feet here. It's going to be a throw-in here for Manchester United. Diallo here on the side. Bruno Fernandes tries to cross this ball. It's blocked by the defense. It's going to be another throw-in here for Manchester. Amad Diallo here. Tries to cross this ball. It's way out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for Tottenham here. And this last cross from Amad Diallo straight over everyone in the area for a goal kick to Tottenham is sort of showing how this first 30 minutes of football have been in this final here of the Europa League. A lot of confusion, a lot of stress, you could say, on both sides. They're not willing to take risks. And they're wasting opportunities. They're not really laying down their football the way you would want to see for a European final here. Bissouma stays on the ground here, but the referee says no foul here. Long ball here from Maguire. Tries to find Dorgu. He's going to miss his first touch here. Ball turned over to Tottenham. And Bissouma still on the ground here. There was a little bit of a contact here from Nazraoui, but not much. A little bit of a break here for Tottenham. All players here taking a water break while Bissouma stays on the ground. And we're seeing the fans of both teams biting their nails. The pressure is high. And on and off the pitch, I guess. And in about 10 days, we are going to have the match that we've been waiting for all year. The final of the Champions League, PSG Inter Milan. The ultimate title of European football will be decided, and it's going to be an exciting game. Of course, we will be streaming it on this channel, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and that you don't miss out on this event, the most important match this year, and will it decide perhaps who will win the Ballon d'Or this year. Ousmane Dembele, one of the favorites for the individual title of the Ballon d'Or. It's going to be between him, Rafinha, perhaps Lamine Yamal, but who knows? A good performance, perhaps from an Inter player, could change things at the last minute. There was a foul here from Diallo. He gets a yellow card. We're going to see here a free kick in a dangerous position here for Tottenham. It's going to be a dangerous opportunity here. A lot of players in the box. The referee giving a lecture here to Van de Ven and Richarlison, saying tone it down. And it's not well taken here. Big foul here on a Manchester United player. Referee says no foul. Johnson with the cross here. It's going to be a handball here for Solanke. We're seeing here the contact between Bissouma and Amad Diallo. Just a slight contact here, but it could have been a tough challenge here. Richarlison here tries to play a through ball for Solanke, but it's Lenny Yoro who's first on the ball. He loses the ball under pressure, but Onana is here to collect the ball. Onana kicks the ball up the field here, tries to find Oslund. Manchester still with the ball here. Bruno Fernandes on the ground. It's going to be a foul here. Perhaps a little bit of an elbow here from Solanke. It was on the challenge. Actually, no one really hit him. But still, he's going to get the foul here. Manchester United here plays wide. Dorgu. Luke Shaw. Back to Casemiro. Gonna switch to the other side with Lenny Yoro here. Diallo. To Nasraoui. He's gonna have a chance to cross. It's blocked by the defense now. Tottenham with the ball. There's gonna be some space here for Richarlison. Finds Udogi on the side. Strong challenge here. And Manchester with the ball. Ojlund plays with Casemiro. Tries to find Mason Mount. Tottenham is going to be first on the ball. The ref says foul on Ojlund here from Van de Ven. We're seeing the tackle from Nasraoui. Diallo here on the wing. He cuts inside. He tries to get the shot. Couldn't really get it off his boot. He stays on the ground here. Let's see that again. It was a strong challenge here for Richarlison. Diallo is back on his feet here. Seems that maybe he strained his neck on the fall. And the ball is going to go back to Tottenham with Vicario here. Good intervention by Maguire on Solanke. Ball is back to Manchester. And right away they turn it over. It seems that none of these teams can really keep the possession for more than a few seconds. A lot of turnovers. Richarlison here with the ball. Finds Betancourt in the space at the edge of the area. Cross to come here. Dangerous here for Tottenham. And it's a goal. Goal for Johnson here. Onana once again doesn't come off his line. Stays in this goal when there is a definite need for him to come out of his line and clear this ball, and he leaves the Tottenham forward here free to slot this ball in the goal. It's 1-0 for Tottenham. And despite Manchester United sort of having the upper end in the offensive impulse in this game, it is Tottenham that scores, perhaps against the run of play. Let's see that again. A cross here that shouldn't have been all that dangerous. But Onana just stays on his line. And then the defense couldn't clear it. Luke Shaw puts the ball back in play. Onana is right there. And he misses the ball. This goal is pretty much at an image of what this season has been for Manchester United. And they're 1-0 now, down. And they're going to have to do a lot of work now because this is very bad for them. Once again, as a reminder, if they lose this game, there is no Champions League for them next year. And they have a lot of players that have high wages, and they also want to recruit a lot of players this summer. But how are they going to be able to do that if they're not playing the Champions League next year? It's going to be very, very difficult here. They have to react. They have to come back in this game. It's going to be a free kick here for Bruno Fernandes. Tries to find someone in the area. Cleared by Richarlison here. A very, very bad deal here for Manchester, conceding this goal minutes away from the halftime break on what seemed like a harmless cross. Several times in a row, mistakes were made here. First by the defense not clearing this ball, then Luke Shaw putting the ball back into play. Onana not coming off his line to clear this ball. And if you make that many defensive mistakes in the area, you get punished, and that's what happened to Manchester United here. And now they're going to have to commit their forces to the attack, and it's going to leave some space here to Tottenham to get a counter-attack in, and they have some pretty fast players here with Richarlison. And it could be very problematic here for Manchester United. Definitely not the way they wanted to be at the halftime break here, down 1-0. Manchester is going to build up here from their defense. Now they can't just kick the ball like this up the field hoping for something. When you're down, then you have to use the possession in the right way. Otherwise, you're never going to score. Let's see that again, this goal. And this is terrible from Onana. Terrible from Maguire, and terrible from Luke Shaw.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Two minutes here of injury time in this first half. It's going to be a free kick here for Manchester. Perhaps one last opportunity for them to come back in this game before the halftime break. Long ball here played in the area.
And a quick reminder today to please take all the
Diallo here. Luke Shaw is going to try to
very much
cross that ball in. Final chance here. Vicario gets on the ball. That is it. 30 seconds left here in injury time.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
Richarlison here by the touchline. Nice move here. Spins around. He's going to cross this ball, but there is no one at the second post here. And this is going to be it for this first half here. Tottenham lead 1-0 in Bilbao here in this final of the Europa League. And a very, very bad deal here for Manchester United. What will we see in the second half here? They're going to have to react. We're seeing Luke Shaw here walking fast back to the changing room. They seem to be pretty upset here, but when you make that kind of mistakes in your own penalty area, then you can't expect much more than that. And you know, it's the usual suspects for Manchester United: Maguire, Luke Shaw, and Onana. It seems that this defense for Manchester United, they can't really get their marks. They can't really get their act together, and they concede goals that really don't seem like even dangerous opportunities. Here it was like sort of a harmless cross. It wasn't even that good of a cross. It would seem that, a defender could clear that easily. And perhaps more than anything, Onana should come off his line to clear that ball. But, in a sort of a ridiculous fashion, you could say, Johnson is put back into play 2 times, once by Maguire, then by Luke Shaw, and then Onana stays in the middle of his goal when there is really only one way that Johnson can get that ball in the goal. It's by the post, and Onana is just inches away from the ball, and still he reacts way too late. And now Manchester United is going to have to do a lot of work because they haven't shown that much offensively in the first half. It didn't seem like they were all that dangerous. Neither was Tottenham, to be honest. Both of the teams here didn't produce much when it comes to offensive game, and the goal really came from an obvious defensive mistake. We'll see here if we're going to have some changes in the second half. Let's have a quick look here at the player ratings for this first half. And Onana with a 5.6. Slightly better ratings here for the Tottenham player. Betancourt and Sarr get a 7. Johnson, the goal scorer, 7.3. The rest of the team all in the 6s. And Manchester United all in the 5s. And Onana, 5.6. Not a very good rating. Not a very good performance here. Let's have a quick look at the benches. Who do they have here? Lindelof, Xerxes, Garnacho, Ugarte, Eriksen. It seems that, at least there is some depth on this Manchester United bench. And perhaps some questionable choices when it comes to the team selection from Amorim. I have to say, I haven't been impressed by Amorim. I wasn't sure, first of all, why they picked him, to be honest, because he didn't seem like the kind of manager that would have the experience to coach a team like Manchester. Perhaps Bruno Fernandes, who's also from Portugal, like Amorim, played a part in bringing the Portuguese coach. But when you're a club like Manchester United and you want to rectify the problems that you have in your team, and you've not been doing well, even though you ought to, perhaps with the players that you have and the money that you have especially, then you would assume that they would try to get perhaps a coach with a bit more experience, especially when you consider you had people like Klopp without a job. You had Thomas Tuchel before he became the coach for England. He also was without a job. There were a lot of coaches also coaching in major coaching clubs that perhaps are not as reputable as Manchester. And when you're Manchester, you can probably bring anybody you want on board. And yet this was the choice they made, and now this is where they stand in the Premier League, and now they are losing this final of the European League, and it's going to be a very consequential defeat if this ends up being a defeat for them. And looking forward to next year, it's hard to really see what is going to change in this team, unless they bring some major players in, which I don't really see how they could do it if they don't manage to even play the Champions League. But even if they were to qualify for the Champions League, then it's not a team that has been working that well that major players would want to leave teams that are working for this Manchester United team. Let's see on the bench here for Tottenham, not a lot. Son is there, and who else? We have Matistel, the Frenchman from Bayern Munich, on a loan here, also on the bench. Not a lot of depth for this Tottenham team, not a lot of talent, even on the starting lineup here, but still they're leading this game. And both of these teams have found themselves at the bottom of the Premier League. Let's have a quick look here at the Premier League standing. As you can see, Liverpool way ahead of everyone, with they're already champions, of course. Then from the 2nd to the 7th spot, where you get the qualifying spots for the European competitions, it's really just a few points. And from the 3rd, Manchester City, who won their last game and moved up, significantly, it's only 3 points from the 3rd to the 7th. All the European qualifying spots here, it just within a 1 victory window. But then you look at the bottom of the league, and here it is: 16 Manchester United, 17 Tottenham, and their form is pretty poor, losses all around, and 39 and 38 points. Of course, they are clear from the relegation zone by a significant number of points. From Leicester, that's only got 25 points, but really, this is not the place where you would assume Manchester United and Tottenham would be, considering the amount of money that they have to spend on their team compared to all these other teams that are in the middle of the table here. And it is sort of reflecting on the quality of this final, perhaps, that the teams that went that far in the Europa League are actually at the bottom of the Premier League table. Not a great showing here by either team, and especially for Manchester United, now losing in this match. Let's have a look here at the Premier League individual standings here. Mo Salah, top goal scorer. Mo Salah, top assist. Very good season for Mo Salah, and he is expected to remain at Liverpool. There was some rumors earlier in the year that his contract is coming up. He wasn't going to re-sign, but it seems that after a very good season here for Liverpool, that he will remain at the club. That wasn't the case for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's already signed for Real Madrid. The transfer will take place during the summer window, and Alexander-Arnold will be a merengue next year. Let's see here. Shots on target. Mo Salah tied with Erling Haaland. And you're not seeing much from Manchester United or Tottenham here in these tables, except Bruno Fernandes here tied 5th for assists with 9. And Son also tied 5th with 9. Way behind Mo Salah here with 18. We're going to go back here to our match lineup here. This game is about to restart at any time now. Let's have a look. Still a few minutes to go here before we resume this game. And while we wait, let me remind you that in about 10 days we will see the most important game of the year, the final of the Champions League between Inter and PSG. We've streamed on this channel the semi-finals, Arsenal and PSG, both very high level of football between Arsenal and PSG, and Barcelona and Inter Milan. Lots of goals, really exciting games, much more you could say than this final here. And now we're gonna see the final game between PSG and Inter, and it's going to be a very important game for both of these teams. Of course, they were not the favorites, especially Inter. I was facing Barcelona. Barcelona was really the favorite of the competition here. They had sort of the more favorable draw when it came to the play of game table. And on the other side, for PSG, there were a lot of very big team. PSG having to go through Manchester City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, kicking all the British clubs out of the competition. And on the other side, Barcelona had sort of a fairly easier, you could say, draw, with on their side of the table only really Inter Milan and Bayern Munich standing in their way. And yet, when it came to Inter Milan, we saw some exceptional moments in the semi-final between Inter and Barcelona. Really unexpected turn of events, both at the Camp Nou and in Milan, where Inter Milan surprised Barcelona several times. Even though Barcelona had the possession, Barcelona was dictating the tempo of the game. Barcelona was really on the offensive all the time, getting something like 65% of the possession. It was the counterattack strategy from Simone Inzaghi and his men of Inter Milan that took Barcelona by surprise, and they showed the world, and definitely the Barcelona fans, that it's one thing to have the possession, it's one thing to dominate the game, but it's another thing to be able to score opportunities. And when you have the ball and you're on the attack, if you fail to score, eventually the other team is going to have a chance to score in transition. And those chances in transition, there are always better than the chances that you have when you have the possession, because your defenders are running toward their goal, and it's a lot more difficult to defend when you're running in the wrong direction. And it's a little bit what happened here tonight also between Tottenham and Manchester United, with Manchester having sort of the upper end in the game, and then all of a sudden a cross in the box, and Maguire and Luke Shaw going in the wrong direction. They make the wrong move, and it's 1-0 for Tottenham. And now we are about to start the second half. The players are back on the pitch. We're seeing the Tottenham players huddle up together in the middle of their half. Even the goalkeeper is coming in, and they're gonna want to bring this home and maintain their advantage here. Few seconds away now from the second half kickoff. And here we are, Manchester United on the ball. They play it to Onana. He's gonna kick this ball up the field here. Contact here between the two Tottenham defenders. No foul. It's going to be a throw-in here for Manchester United. Still on the ball here as we start this second half. Watchalong now plays with Mason Mount. Not a good touch here by Dorgu. And they turn the ball over. It's going to be a throw-in for Tottenham here.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. Please keep your eyes on your children during the match at all times.
Lenioro with the ball from Manchester United. Luke Shaw tries to find a through ball here. It's blocked by the defense. But the ball is still for Manchester.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
And sort of like in this first half, it's Manchester with the possession. They're not all that dangerous with it. They're sort of far from the goal. Tottenham is defending. Here is a chance for Amad Diallo, who's going to try to cross the ball. It is not a good header from Watchalong here. He was off balance. It's going to be a goal kick. But Manchester United with the ball. But they're not really having the ball in dangerous areas. They're far away from the goal, trying to build up these plays, but the Tottenham defenders, they're all defending, and of course when Manchester is gonna turn this ball over, then the counter-attack is going to be very, very quick for Tottenham. And there is going to be this strategy, of course, for Tottenham now. Just wait until Manchester commits, forces to the attack, wait until they turn the ball over in a bad situation, and then go as fast as you can to try to make the break and score a second goal to give you that advantage. Strong contact here between Van de Ven and Watchalong. It's going to be a foul here for Manchester United. And that's where they've been the most dangerous in this game, Manchester United, on the free kicks here. A good opportunity here. Bruno Fernandes behind the ball. Going to try to find someone in the area here. It's not very well taken. It's clear by the defense. United still on the ball here. A little bit of a scuffle between Maguire and Romero here. It's going to be a free kick here for Tottenham.
The attendance for this match was 71,898.
Tottenham turns it over right away. Onana with the ball under pressure here. He kicks it up the field. Finds Oslund, but it is turned over immediately back to Tottenham. And both teams constantly turning the ball over. They don't want to take any chances, but their passing game really not on point here. You don't see a string of passes to build up an attack like you see from some of the big teams, like we were seeing for Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final, where they would string like 20-30 passes in a row before finding an opportunity. Here it's 2 or 3 passes and then the ball is turned over by an inaccurate pass. And Tottenham pressuring Manchester United here. They're leaving some space, but the through ball here is cleared by Romero. Mason Mount couldn't get to that. Richarlison now. A duel with Mazraoui. It's going to be a foul here for Tottenham. And the tempo of the game has died down a little bit here. Tottenham here by the edge of the area. It's going to be offside position here. Onana playing with Maguire here, putting his defense in a difficult position right away because he plays this ball, he goes and take the free kick, he plays it back to his defender, leaves the goal empty, and right away he lets his defense be under pressure from Tottenham with an empty goal. And you can see maybe why they want to get rid of him, because he really doesn't take very good decisions for a goalkeeper. Mazraoui here switches flanks, but it's going to be intercepted here, cleared by Pedro Porro here. The ball is still for Manchester. 10 minutes in this second half here. Not much seen here from both teams. Bruno Fernandes here with the ball. Turns it over. It's turned over immediately back to Manchester United. The pass completion rate in this game is quite awful. And a lot of time they're they have some obvious opportunity to make a pass, and then they just take a low chance pass that ends up being turned over to the other team. Sama Diallo now, he just runs off the pitch here. Richarlison here tries to turn around. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes here loses the ball. Now it's going to be a foul here from Bissouma. Nazraoui here. Some space. He's going to go to the challenge here. Foul from Richarlison is going to be another free kick yet from Manchester United here. Can they get an opportunity here? Can they finally be dangerous? Can they bring the danger to Vicario's goal here? This one is a little bit closer than the previous opportunity here. And Bruno Fernandes has a chance here to maybe find someone in the area. Maguire is there at the second post here. It's well taken here. It was a dangerous opportunity. A little bit of a failed clearance from Vicario, but the defense for Tottenham is there to clear that ball. Let's see that again. And Vicario tried to go and come off his line a little bit late here. Lenny Yoro tried to launch to get a contact with that ball, but the Tottenham defense was there to clear this ball, unlike the Manchester defense in the first half when they conceded the goal here. When Diallo plays back to Yoro. Luke Shaw tries to find Mason Mount. Mason Mount with the dribble. Tries to keep the ball, but he loses the possession here. Amad Diallo here with some space. He's in the area. On the other side with Luke Shaw, he has a chance to cross that ball. It's blocked by the defender. And Onana off his line here. Finds the pass. Dorgu is going to have a chance here. No. Good screen by the defense here for Tottenham, preventing Mason Mount here from finding Odlund. And Vicario gets the ball. And this is the type of action that Maguire couldn't execute properly in the first half that led to the goal from Tottenham. It is not that complicated altogether to make a screen to your goalkeeper so that the forward cannot get to the ball before the goalkeeper. But of course, if your goalkeeper, like Onana, doesn't come off his line, then eventually the ball is going to end up in the possession of the forward. As Mason Mount here tries to find the pass. Pass is blocked. Manchester still with the ball here. Pass intercepted once again. Can they not complete a simple pass here? It's Solanke. He's all alone here. There's Johnson. No foul. He's furious. Manchester still with the ball here. Mason Mount. Udogi some space. He can cross that. A good chance here for Diallo. But he misses the dribble here. Ball is back to Tottenham. He's going to have a chance here for a counter-attack. A good chance here. Solanke cannot control that ball. What a terrible first touch here for Solanke. There was a very, very good opportunity if he managed to actually do a decent first touch. He didn't even need to do that great of a first touch. There was plenty of space. He could have shot this ball and not even tried to control it. Should have shot it first time, and it was a clear goal opportunity at the edge of the area, but he didn't take that chance. Harry Kane would have slotted that ball in first time, no question. But Manchester United did not get punished here on this counter-attack. And it's still 1-0 for Tottenham. Then Yoro with the ball with Mazraoui. Yoro finds Amad Diallo on the right flank. He has some space. He waits. Finds Bruno Fernandes. Turns around with Casemiro. Plays to the left flank. Dorgu. There's going to be some overlap here with Luke Shaw. He doesn't play with him. He plays it back. Maguire with the ball to Yoro. Yoro goes to the inside. He dribbles. He almost loses the possession. He gets hit, but a referee says no foul. He gets up. Amad Diallo here on the wing against Richarlison, but Richarlison acts like a defender here and gets the ball away from him. Tries to kick the ball up the field, and it's going to be a throw in here. Let's see that again. Richarlison with a defensive intervention here. Richarlison still. Richarlison stays on the ground here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
He's been fighting like hell, to be honest. And we're 65 minutes in here. And he's asking to be subbed. He can't continue.
And a quick reminder today that parking in the area around the stadium is strictly forbidden.
And it's quite surprising because he's not that old. He is a fairly young player. I don't know how old is he, but like 27, 28. and he can't keep going for more than 65 minutes. He's been perhaps spending a lot of energy here. But that is most likely going to be it for Richarlison here. Not a bad showing from him. And we're going to see Heung-min Son here. It's going to make his way in for him. And it's actually quite surprising. Why wouldn't Son start this game unless he's dragging in an injury? But Son is the type of player that you would imagine would be a starter for a European Cup final. Here, Son is in here with the captain armband now. Foul here on Amad Diallo. Ball is going to be for Manchester United. Dorgu with some space, finds Diallo, and he just messes it up. It's going to be a yellow card here for Bissouma.
The attendance for this match was 70,987.
Not exactly sure why. What happened here? Because he tried to prevent Diallo from playing quickly this free kick here. Long ball here for Manchester United is going to be straight. Vicario misses a clearance here, a header. A good chance for Manchester United, but it is no goal. Eventually the defense manages to clear that ball from the line here. It's going to be a foul for Tottenham here. We're going to see that again. It was, let's call it a half decent opportunity here for Manchester United. Let's see that again. Vicario misses the catch here. And who is that? The defender going with an acrobatic save here. Mickey van de Ven saving the goal here with an acrobatic clearance. Very, very nice intervention here from the Tottenham defender, saving his team. But a bad intervention from Vicario coming up his line and missing the clearance, putting the ball back into play right in front of him for a Manchester United header. But his defender there to back him up at the last moment, and it's still 1-0 for Tottenham here. Tottenham still with the ball. They play it back. Vicario plays it up the field. Dorgu here is going to wait a little bit, play back with Luke Shaw and Maguire. Manchester is just going to play it at the back here. Not a lot of movement here from Manchester United for a team that is losing the game, a game that they crucially need to win. And you're not seeing the type of energy that that you ought to see from a team like Manchester United, especially in that situation. Once again, this game very, very important, even more so than the title of the Europa League. It is the qualification for the Champions League for next year. Whoever wins this game will play the Champions League, and both teams, as a reminder, are at the bottom of the Premier League table. Both teams will not play the Champions League next year unless they win this game. And we're going to see Garnacho here and Xerxes for Højlund and perhaps Amad Diallo. Now it's going to be Mason Mount that is going to go off the field here. And perhaps for Amorim, this is the starting lineup that he should have had from the get-go here. But now, Manchester United is trailing at the scoreline, and there is only 20 minutes left in this game, and we haven't seen much offensively from any of those teams. But perhaps most disappointingly, not much from Manchester United, who has the better players on the pitch. Xerxes here with Mazraoui. He's going to have a chance to cross. A very nice cross here. The header, and it's wide. Bruno Fernandes here. There was better to do for him. He had the time. He had the space. There was much better to do here. He could have controlled that ball instead of trying to go for a header that missed by a lot. It's going to be a goal kick here for Vicario. Total attempts on goal, 8 from Manchester United, 3 for Tottenham, but it's Tottenham that is leading on the scoreline. And just as it was the case with Barcelona and Inter Milan, we're seeing in these European Cups that it is not the team that has the possession that ends up winning. When it comes to European football, it is about not making defensive mistakes. And tonight, we've seen Manchester United making defensive mistakes, and they paid it right away. Only 3 shots on goal for Tottenham, but a goal for them because of the mistake from their defense. Maguire, Luke Shaw, and Onana really giving an easy goal to Tottenham out of the blue when Tottenham really didn't show much from this game at all. Manchester with the ball here. Xerxes. Ball goes wide for Garnacho. He has some space here. He tries to shoot. It's cleared by Vicario. A nice shot here from Garnacho. And that's why I'm saying, why wasn't Garnacho starting? He is the type of player who can, bring the danger like this on the wing. He has the speed. Mason Mount probably doesn't have the speed to play on the wing like this and bring the danger. And now, just a few minutes in, Garnacho putting some pressure on the defense of Tottenham here. It's going to be a corner kick here for Bruno Fernandes. It's cleared by the defense. He's going to come back. He's going to have a second chance here. Oh, nice pass through the legs here for Amad Diallo, but Diallo cannot continue, and it's going to be, I think, another corner kick. Let's see that again. Nutmeg from Bruno Fernandes here. Very nice. It's going to be another corner kick here for Bruno Fernandes. Another chance for Manchester United. Nicely shot here. Luke Shaw was at the edge of the area. He could not get the shot here. It's going to come back once again for Bruno Fernandes. He finds the pass, but it's intercepted. Heung-min Son here with the ball is going to have a chance for the counter here. It's 3 against 3, but good defensive intervention here from Dorgu. And Manchester is still on the ball. It was a dangerous opportunity here. If Son could have made that pass, then it could have been very dangerous for Manchester. Luke Shaw here at the edge of the area is going to be a goal kick. No foul, says the referee on the tackle from Pedro Porro here. We're seeing the tackle from Dorgu on Heung-min Son. Very, very nice indeed. And how is that no foul? Pedro Porro got no ball at all whatsoever. And goal kick for Vicario here, puts the ball back in play. It's Manchester United that's going to be first on this ball here. They play wide for Garnacho. He has some space. Good pressure here from Tottenham. Pushing the play back to Manchester United in the defense. Good half-pitch press here from Tottenham. They are waiting for Manchester United to bring the numbers forward to catch them on the counter. Bruno Fernandes here switches flank, finds Luke Shaw to Casemiro. Tries to find the through ball for Garnacho. He misses his pass. It's going to be a throw in for Tottenham. A little bit more than 10 minutes of regular time here in this game. We're seeing a replay of the goal from Tottenham here. The goal from Johnson, a little bit ridiculous for Onana to not come off his line here and clear that ball. United still on the play here. We had a change here. Donso for Johnson. So Tottenham here bringing another defender. They want to secure their advantage here. Lenioro moves up the field. Passes to Mazraoui, out wide to Diallo. Casemiro is going to try to cross that ball in the box. It's cleared by the defense. Going to be a throw-in now for Manchester United. Lenioro here. Casemiro once again tries to get that ball in the box. Garnacho here is going to control that ball. A lot of pressure here from Tottenham. Good ball circulation from Manchester. But they can't get close to the goal. Diallo is going to cross that ball in. Cleared by Van de Ven here. Ball is still for Manchester. And it looks a little bit like they don't know what to do. They don't know how to attack and how to bring the danger forward. Lenny Yoro here
Just a quick announcement.
crosses that ball, doesn't find anyone, it goes to the other side for Garnacho. Finds Bruno Fernandes, he's gonna have a chance to shoot. He prefers to play with Garnacho, tries to cross that ball, but it's cleared by the defense once again. 10 minutes left now in this game in regular time. Garnacho here, wide, he has some space. He's blocked by Pedro Porro here. Long ball to Solanke. Solanke eliminates two defenders. He plays the through ball for Son here, but couldn't find the Tottenham forward here. Ball is back to Manchester on the other side of the pitch with Garnacho still on the left wing here. Garnacho very involved since coming in this game, much more than Mason Mount.
The goal scorer after 49 minutes is number 7, Kylian Mbappe.
Manchester with the ball. Maguire here brings the ball forward. Tries to find a long ball to Diallo. It's straight for the defense here. And now the Garnacho once again. Garnacho plays it back with Luke Shaw. Is going to have a chance to cross. No, he plays it back with Maguire. He's going to switch side here with Mazraoui. Diallo on the wing here. And Diallo couldn't get past the defender. Now is going to have a chance for Tottenham for a counter here. Bad move here by Doggy. It's going to be a yellow card for Xerxes here. But there was much better to do here. He should have tried to find a pass here. There was the numbers for Tottenham.
The attendance for this match was 70,987.
It's going to be a free kick here for Tottenham. We're seeing Diego Dallo here coming in. Mazraoui is out. Son behind that ball here. Or an opportunity here for Tottenham. It's a little too long here, and Danso could not get to that ball. Manchester with the ball. 5 minutes left of regular time in this final here. 1-0 for Tottenham. Xerxes plays Diallo. Bruno Fernandes here tries to get that ball in the area. Header, but it's easy for Vicario here. Was offside, perhaps, for Maguire here.
Substitution for United States. Number 18, Tanguy Ndombele. Coming on to replace him is number 5, Shaka. Substitution in progress.
Casemiro tries the long ball for Diallo. Xerxes here is going to get the rebound. Going to have a chance here. Cuts to the inside, tries to get the shot with his left foot, but it's blocked by the defender. Diego Dallo now plays with Amad Diallo. Manchester United still with the possession here. Cross here from Luke Shaw, easy for Vicario. Just a few minutes left here. Things are heating up between Maguire and Romero.
Substitution for United States.
There's going to be a yellow card here from Maguire.
23,
A lot of frustration maybe for Maguire.
Musiala. Coming on the field, number 21, Alvarez. Number 11, Zirkzee. Number 9, Royce.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad here for Romero. Maguire hitting him in the knee here on the impulse.
Substitution for United States, number 16, Endrick. Coming on the field is number 8.
It's going to be a change here. 2 changes.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
As we reach the end of regular time here. Sar is out. And Bissouma is going to go out also. Can Tottenham hold this result with just a few minutes left of injury time to play? 1-0 advantage here. Just minutes away from the title here for Tottenham. There's going to be a free kick here for Vicario. He plays it up the field here. Son with the ball. The referee, there's going to be 7 minutes of injury time here. The referee is going to give a card here. Who's this for? To the bench. To Lindelof. Out of all people, to Lindelof. He's not even played in this game. What happened here? Lindelof just having some words here with the assistant referee. And the ball is back in play now. Garnacho by the touchline. He cuts inside. Plays with Diallo here. Finds Amad Diallo on the wing with Zirkzee. And it doesn't seem like Manchester United can even get close to the danger area. Diallo tries to sling a ball in. Maguire here. Couldn't get that ball. And Manchester United not really showing much here. It's a little bit of desperate attempts to get in the ball in the penalty area with Maguire here. Trying to use him as a target man. But we haven't seen really the type of build-up of the offense that Manchester United would need to really bring the danger to this Tottenham defense. Tottenham playing full defense all this second half, and there wasn't much opportunities on either side in the whole game, but especially not in the second half, with Manchester United dominating the possession but remaining very, very far away from the goal, never in the danger zone. And Tottenham just waiting for them to commit the numbers to try to hit them on a counterattack. They had some incursion in the half of Manchester United, but they're not really ever able to get a clean opportunity. But then again, Manchester unable to even get past the first defensive line of Tottenham. And this game was mostly for Manchester United, ball circulation away from the danger area. And now we're seeing them throwing some desperate crosses in the penalty box. But they're never really managing to find a red shirt in the area. Amad Diallo here with another cross. Perhaps a final chance. It's cleared by Tottenham's defense here. 3 minutes left in injury time here. Now Manchester are committing every single player that they have to the offense here. Yoro tries to cross that ball in. It's cleared by the defense. Bruno Fernandes here plays with Garnacho. Tries to find a pass here. It's back to Yoro. Bruno Fernandes once again with Garnacho. Back to Yoro. He's going to have a chance to shoot. It is over the crossbar. Perhaps not the best decision for him here. Two minutes left of injury time here. And the Tottenham fans think they have this in the bag. One last chance, perhaps, for Manchester United now. with Amad Diallo by the corner flag. Diallo with a long cross in. Fumble here in the area. Referee says no foul. The ball is cleared. It's going to be Onana by the center pitch.
The goal scorer for United States after 31 minutes is
Amad Diallo here. Plays back to the center with Bruno Fernandes. Plays with Diallo. Cross in the box. A good chance here. A header. But Vicario on his line saved that ball. Last 30 seconds. Final chance for Manchester to try to get back in this game. Amad Diallo here to Diallo. He's going to cross that ball. Finds no one but the defense of Tottenham. The chip in for Bruno Fernandes. Cleared by the defense. Diallo, one last cross perhaps. It's going to be a corner kick here in the final seconds of this game. We're 7 minutes in. And we see here, once again, it was the header. Luke Shaw managed to get a header on target here. Cleared by Vicario. A good save for the keeper. Is going to be the last corner kick here of this game. Onana is in the penalty area here. Every single player from Manchester United in the box here. A final desperate attempt to try to come back on the scoreline. If they don't, it's going to be Tottenham's victory tonight here. Corner kick. A lot of people here. A desperate attempt here for Casemiro. Tried to get a bicycle kick in. It's out of bounds. And it's going to be it. The final goal kick here for Vicario. And it is going to be a victory for Tottenham. And here it is. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. And a victory here for Tottenham in this Europa League final. And they will play the Champions League next year. Heavy defeat here for Ruben Amorim and Manchester United to cap what has been a dismal season for the Red Devils. Tottenham managed to save something this season and qualify for the Champions League in this game that was very, very lackluster. Only one goal came from a defensive mistake from Manchester United and their defense, with Maguire and Luke Shaw on what seemed like a harmless cross, putting the ball back into play for Johnson to be able to tap that ball in just inches wide from the goal line. Onana unable to come off his line. A lot of mistakes on this action, and really a victory for Tottenham against the run of play here. Manchester had the possession. Manchester had much of the chances, even if they didn't have many, but Tottenham didn't show much. And on one of the only chances that they had to score, they managed to get a goal, and then it was all defense for Tottenham, and Manchester really unable to show much offensively, unable to bring the danger even close to Vicario's goal. It is a victory tonight for Tottenham. But there will be another game In 10 days now, we will see the final of the Champions League with Paris Saint-Germain and Inter Milan. That will be the game of the year. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and that you don't miss out on this game. But as for the Europa League 2025, the winner, Tottenham Hotspurs over Manchester United, a victory that will mean that somehow, even despite their pretty bad position in the Premier League, they are somewhat saving their season. They will play the Champions League next year. That will not be the case for Manchester United. And as it is tonight, Manchester United can only be disappointed with not only their season, but they're showing tonight really a performance that is not what you would expect from a team like Manchester. But anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight and watching this game. Hope that you enjoyed it despite sort of the lack of offensive prowess that we saw from both teams, we have to say. But for tonight, it is a victory for Tottenham. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you all very soon on the next one. Good night.
Hit me with that like, and sub to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell. Click that little like, the algo recommends. For sure you gon' like, the algo knows you well. Hit me with that like, subscribe to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell.